What is the link? What do cars have to do with books, you might ask? The Trilateral Commission with the Council on Foreign Relations. You ever hear of them? Well, neither did I, until I noticed the chain of coincidence.
Hello, and welcome to Popcorn News, something to watch while you eat popcorn. Do not try to comprehend it all. Nay, just eat the popcorn. The origin of Thanksgiving is hard to pin down, but I've looked into this, and it originated as a unifying measure because there was this sniping going on between the North and the South, and the country was being torn apart, and the idea of Thanksgiving is credited with a woman, Sarah Josepha Hale, I think the name is, back around, say, 1830, 1840, and it was designed as a way to unify the country. From the history website, Abraham Lincoln and the mother of Thanksgiving. On October 3rd, 1863, with the nation embroiled in a bloody civil war, President Abraham Lincoln issued a proclamation setting aside the last Thursday in November as a national day of thanks, setting the precedent for the modern holiday we celebrate today. And it goes back to this woman who was given credit for it, Sarah Josepha Hale. But the thing is that the Civil War Thanksgiving proclamation originated in a wish to be a unifying measure. National Day of Thanks on the last Thursday of November, a unifying measure she believed that could help ease growing tensions and divisions between the northern and southern parts of the country. So, Thanksgiving, we have not quite as bad as the American Civil War, but I'm really appalled at it's just awful, the division, the horrible things being said. But something else I could find about the origin, or relating to the origin of Thanksgiving, comes from Cotton Mather. And I'll use his antique language in this. Mather wrote that the Indians in these parts had newly, even about a year or two before the Pilgrims arrived, been visited with such a prodigious pestilence as carried away not a tenth, but 9 parts of 10, yea, 'tis said 19 of 20 among them, so that the woods were almost cleared of those pernicious creatures to make room for a better growth. 'Twas an horrible and unusual plague, whereby they were consumed in such vast multitudes that our first planters found the land almost covered with their unburied carcasses. Mather continues, again using his quaint language. The barbarous people showed them, the Pilgrims, little kindness because of the present rain and because of the cold. But these Pilgrims were more afraid of the barbarous people among whom they were now cast than they were of the rain or cold. These barbarians were at the first so far from accommodating them with bundles of sticks to warm them that they let fly other sorts of sticks, that is to say arrows, to wound them. And the very looks and shouts of those grim savages had not much less of terror in them than if they had been so many devils. It was afterwards by them confessed that upon the arrival of the English in these parts, the Indians employed their sorcerers, whom they call powwows, like Balaam, Balaam, to curse them and let loose their demons upon them, to shipwreck them, to distract them, to poison them, or any way to ruin them. All the noted powwows in the country spent 3 days together in diabolical conjurations to obtain the assistance of the devils against the settlement of these our English. So it's not quite like the story of the kindly natives teaching the stupid English how to plant corn. From what I can trace, it originated as a unifying measure to find something that we all can give thanks about. And here's something we can give thanks about. The doomsday clock, it hasn't officially been set back from 5 minutes to midnight or something, but the DEFCON level has been reduced ever since Trump got elected president. That means that a World War III is less likely now. And apropos of this, in the local paper, an Associated Press article up for promotion. And already they're sniping at this guy. I mean, it's sickening. Trump offers national security job to ex-military intelligence chief, retired Lieutenant General Michael Flynn. And Flynn is someone apparently who wants to work with the Russians to defeat ISIS. Flynn traveled last year to Moscow, where he joined Russian President Vladimir Putin. So, let's see. Well, something concrete. And it's so much negativity about everything that Trump does. I don't know. Is he good or bad? Let's give the guy a chance. But I'm encouraged by what I've read in this article about Flynn, and that he favors trying to work with the Russians to defeat ISIS. But if Hillary Clinton had won, we'd be heading towards World War III. So this is something we all can be thankful for on this coming holiday, the Thanksgiving Day, meant to unify the country.